And we're live. Hello po, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Check ko lang magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Um, Check ko lang. Ayan. So basically, siguro in a couple of minutes, I'll be inviting Attorney Jimmy already. But ngayon na po mangyayari yung live discussion natin. So it's not going to be a formal debate naman. We just want to give also Attorney Jimmy a chance to explain himself now with all of these things happening. Yeah. Medyo may sipon lang ako today but we'll try our best to speak clearly. Okay, clear ba tayo? Klaro ba yung audio? Ano lang naman to guys, let's just be very parang civil lang naman. Wag tayong magbardagulan today because ang main point naman natin is bigyan lang natin siya ng chance din magsalita. Kasi the reason also why he's not speaking up kasi nga feeling niya din baka antagonizing masyado yung mga ibang content creators. We're privileged no na Attorney Jimmy actually chose us para dito siya magsalita no and to talk to us. The original plan was for a debate but I don't think we have time for that. So what we're going to do today, it's only going to be 30 minutes kasi marami din lakad si Attorney Jimmy. He's currently in Davao right now actually for the Rage Coalition. So what's going to happen is we're going to focus on two things. The first thing is medyo lag. Mahina internet ko today. The first na pag-uusapan is yung arrest. Why yung opinion niya that the lawyers can actually receive arrest warrants on behalf of their clients. The second being yung second post niya about doon kay Trillanes, questioning him na if we're allowing Trillanes to effect the arrest, bakit hindi pwede ang lawyers tumanggap ng arrest warrant. So basically, we're only circling on those two things kasi nga we don't have a lot of time. I'll be giving the link already to Attorney Jimmy in a bit. I just need to make sure na okay yung ano natin audio. Ayan. Shout out po sa kaibigan nating si Boom Labrus. Hello po, brother. Watching, tagal naman. Reklamador ka? Nagbabayad ka ba ng subscription para magreklamo ka dito? Okay, so we'll be giving the link already to Attorney Jimmy, no? Oo, friendly lang to. Huwag tayong magmurahan. Let's also respect Attorney Jimmy for coming here and giving us this opportunity also to hear him. I think it goes both ways for Attorney Jimmy to be able to reach out of his echo chambers and at the same time for us to be able to hear his side directly coming from him. Kasi we can all make assumptions. Ako, I made my assumptions early. But I am choosing now to hear his side. Hindi, alak. Alak to, hindi. Tubig lang. Okay, okay. Sige. Alright, let's go. Let's invite already Attorney Jimmy. Ready na daw siya eh. Ayun, kung may mga questions kayo, please type your questions sa baba. Pwede naman nating basahin yan. Wait, send ko yung link sa kanya. Your video is very clear and as well as the audio, not lagging at all. Thank you. Hello po, Miss Yai. Kumusta po? Yan na, okay. Para ako yung kinakabahan. Bakit ako, parang ako yung isasalang. Magtatanong lang naman ako today. Okay. Ito yung anong inspiration sa I believe and let me be the one and pwede ba sample? Shot na lang kayo panyera sama kasi dadalaw ng alak. Actually, may alak naman. Send na natin yung link kay Attorney Jimmy pero hindi ko siya ma-send because nasa Facebook page ako. Sa Viber ko na lang i-send. Hello, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Saved messages. Oy, thank you po for the stars, Andy. Salamat po. Appreciate the stars. May mga notes. My notes. Hello to Reese, kaya man. Thank you, Miss Yai. Guys, follow niyo po si Miss Yai. Who's watching. Hi, Nay, kumusta? Game na ba, sir? Sorry, just making sure. Okay, wait lang, attorney, kasi I'm still waiting for the link. Yun, got it. Copy. Thank you po, Kit Desi, for the stars. Dalawa pala accounts mo. Yan po. Oy, thank you po, Pat. Thank you, Ann, for the stars. Ayan. Binigay ko na po yung link kay Attorney Jimmy, so let's just wait for him to go online. Wasting time, tagal. Hello, good evening po sa inyong lahat. Miss Ann Mylene, pogi niya. Thank you, Ate Guard. Kumusta? Follow niyo rin po si Ate Guard, guys. Follow po natin yung mga content creators who are helping us na parang dispel na yung mga fake news. Thank you, Alec. Ay, guys, kakalabas lang din po pala ng interview natin with Jojo Alihar, doon po sa Politica All the Way sa One News. You may search it. Pinost ko rin po yung link sa previous post ko. You may join anytime. Sana manood din ng mga DDS. Yes, sana nga manood din ng mga DDS. Pero I gave the assurance din kasi kay Attorney Jimmy that this won't be parang antagonizing or this won't be parang aggressive na parang debate talaga na mag-aaway kami. Yeah, thank you. It's actually more of me clarifying kay Attorney Jimmy kung ano talaga yung reason why he said those things. And follow nyo din po si Madam Brua. Ayan. Good evening po. Ito do muna, attorney. Hindi tayo makipag-away. Kaibigan naman natin si Attorney Jimmy and he has been very courteous, no, for giving us this chance. Hi, Attorney Jimmy, kumusta po? Naka-live na tayo, attorney, ha?
Hi.
So, kumusta?
Attorney, sorry parang madilim yata dito.
Okay lang. So, kumusta? How was the event sa Davao? You're in Davao right now, right?
Yeah, okay. Daming tao, tsaka well, on our side, siyempre, mga ginaganahan yung mga tao pag ganyan. They feel a sense of, kahit paano yung konting normalcy ba? Kasi nasanay sila sa ganyan eh. Si
Yeah.
Baste was there.
Okay.
not as fiery as usual. Parang mas ano siya kanina, he was laying down some very sobering points. Ganyan. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
In
Feeling
short,
ko nasa
okay.
ano kasi siya parang nasa hometown kasi niya siya, so very relaxed yung ano niya na yung ambience.
Oh, relax siya. At, ang mas ano, fiery kanina sila Harold Respicio kasi
Yeah,
siyempre
I've watched as usual.
oh,
Oo.
inaaway niya siyempre si Matibag dahil
Yeah.
kinasuhan siya eh.
Okay, so first question ko na lang no before we really go to the meat of the discussion, attorney. How are you feeling right now na parang there is some sort of parang can I call it backlash ba, or parang medyo maraming nagre-react doon sa post mo, yung two particular post na recent.
Parang wala naman kasing pinagbago eh. Kasi dati naman, whatever, as long as I'm on this side, talaga namang there will be backlash. Pero ang unique dito was, right after that interview, actually, upon entering that interview, as a backgrounder, no, in the morning, I was in a Karen Davila interview. Si Karen was, ano naman yan eh, she's very fair, pero pressing yung questions na, no? So pag hindi niya type din yung answer, o pag hindi malinaw, nakita mo nung ginawa niya sa spokesperson ng ano, di ba? Anyway, alam mo na. So pero I thought it was, at least I had an uninterrupted space dun kay Karen, no? So nabubuo ko yung mga sinasabi ko. Pagdating dun sa next one, pardon me, I don't want to name them kasi I don't want it to be personal.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Pero pagdating dun sa evening na interview, I was being cut off more than usual, no? So parang I was of the attitude na kailangan to. Hindi pwedeng mga usual kong long one.
Aggressive din, oo, aggressive ka din.
Oo. Pero kasi hindi ko talaga nature yun. I don't believe in it by the way. No? Kaya nga ako nagpa-interview sa'yo kasi at least alam ko, open ka sa akin. You might not agree with me. Pero pagsasalitain mo ko, di ba?
Yeah.
So, as a backgrounder, yung, just tell me if I'm talking too much.
No,
Just cut
it's
me off
fine, it's fine.
anytime.
I'm just actually
Ako.
pacing it sa time mo kasi 'di ba you also have to go early, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay lang, 20, 30, 40, whatever. So yung, ang backgrounder no, nung Monday pa lang na si former Senator Trillanes was brandishing that warrant, humingi na kami ng kopya noon.
Yeah.
We were saying, oh ano ba yan? Actually at that time, nung umaga na inano niya, secret pa siya eh. And
Yeah.
if you look at the Rome Statute, which by the way, how we always reject that is applicable, na walang jurisdiction. Pero laging assuming arguendo na mag-a-apply yan, it's only the PTC, the pretrial chamber, who has the two powers of either reclassifying that or authorizing reference to it. Yun yung dalawang power na nakalagay sa Rome Statute regulation.
And as we know, Attorney Jamie, it's always secret eh. Pag may warrant of arrest, hindi naman talaga siya public
Always
document
secret.
na parang ilalabas
Yes.
talaga siya. So we were kaya nga
Yes.
nung in-announce nila na wala pang warrant of arrest, ICC itself, I was very doubtful about that because I know for a fact that they could be hiding it. Na meron talagang warrant pero hindi lang nila gustong sabihin, parang ganun.
Yes, tsaka pag secret warrant siya, kasi ang system nga nila inquisitorial, 'di ba? Sa atin accusatorial, 'di ba? Dito kaya nga may preliminary investigation kasi aakusahan ka, accusatorial, tapos sasagot ka, 'di ba? Sa kanila inquisitorial meaning ex parte, no? Mag-iimbestiga sila without your participation. So pati yung pag-issue ng warrant, secret pwede. And then it is up to the PTC bago mo yan magamit, maging enforceable man lang sa mata nila, hindi pa sa mata natin. Bago yan maging enforceable, i-reclassify muna ng PTC, no? Na gawin siyang public. Ganyan. Although sometimes hindi ganun pero may ganung method. Tapos pati dun sa regulations of the Hague, yung parang IRR ng Rome Statute, pati sa regulations nila, dumadaan sa court nung custodial state, no? So, all of those combined, no? Ang sinasabi namin, anong kapangyarihan ni Trillanes na i-serve yan? So, ang burian na nga na namin sa Senate, di ko pwede niya i-serve yan, di ako pwede ko rin i-serve yan.
Okay, so
Doon
ano
nanggaling
natin?
yun.
Let's contextualize it and parang parang i-chronological natin. So your first post was about yung I mean the interview that went viral was about you saying and telling that interviewer, hindi na natin papangalanan, na you are allowed to receive the warrant. So yun yung medyo nagkaroon ng backlash eh.
Yes.
So
Yes, kasi nga, di ba,
can you clarify that? Because our earlier discussion, you said na the only reason why you said that kasi you didn't have enough time.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Okay.
Kasi
So
nga,
go ahead, please expound.
oo nga eh. I don't expect my opposers to believe it. Pero if you will track yung position ko on the matter for the longest time, lagi namin sinasabi, walang rules na applicable dyan. Lagi namin sinasabi. Kasi nga, our rules of court don't apply. Kasi di ba sa rules of court natin, ang arrest, pwede nga hindi ipakita yung warrant, di ba? Di ba yan ang nasa rules of court natin?
Well, pwede siya i-warrant. Pwede siya i-warrant. But basically, yeah, pwede siya i-warrant and pwede siya na i-serve later when the
Pwede
accused
i-serve
already
later.
asks for it. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hindi, actually, kahit hindi nga hingin eh. Basta ang nakalagay sa rules of court sa 113 na basta i-announce ng officer yung
Yeah.
purpose niya and tapos dadali ka sa nearest police station tapos pwedeng doon na ipakita yung warrant.
Yeah,
Parang
ang ibig ko sabihin, if the accused asks for a copy, kailangan ibigay siya ni arresting officer. Parang ganun yung
Ayun,
point doon eh.
okay.
So you don't really have to show a physical copy of the warrant, but you have to
Basta
show
may-
it if hingin siya ng
Yes,
arresto.
okay.
So yun yun. Okay.
So
Go ahead.
nagkakasang-ayon tayo dyan.
Okay.
But again, we said na, teka lang, ba't natin ginagamit ang rules of court? Eh, hindi namin nire-recognize yan, ha? That has been our stand. That's also our stand in our petition. So this is documented, no? Hindi namin ino-honor yung warrant. It's unrecognized sa mata namin. Much to the disagreement of many, but that is our stand. So, tapos, much less Trillanes na having the authority to enforce the warrant. Kasi
well,
sabi namin,
I feel like that's a different topic altogether. But can we focus first on the idea na lawyers can receive a warrant? So we have to be very clear that
No.
under Rule 113, bawal talaga siya. Lawyers
Yeah.
cannot receive a warrant on behalf of our clients.
Very
Okay.
clear. Very
Okay.
clear. Oo. Ang sinasabi namin, kung walang nag-go-govern na rules yan, huwag nyo nang ipilit na iserve yan sa kliyente namin. Dahil, of
Okay.
course, at Torley Race, yun yung gusto kong sabihin. Ang trabaho naman namin is to work for the interest of our client. If you watch the interview, putol na ako doon, tumawa yung nag-i-interview, tumawa,
I
tapos
saw that.
that was the one and only moment, alam mo, yan na nga ba sinasabi ko, hindi ka talaga dapat napipikon eh. Kasi that was the one and only moment.
Na-trigger ka.
Medyo napikon ako. So, pinutol ko tuloy yung sinasabi ko. At sinabi ko, ma'am, I hope you don't ridicule us naman for fighting for our client. Hindi ko na rin nasabi yung for fighting for our client. Ang dami kong hindi nasabi and actually, my loved ones talaga pinagsabihan na lang ako na you should have just stood your ground and just buuin mo yung thought mo. And they're right.
Correct.
No, they're right.
Tama yun.
That is a correction that I take, no? Pero for people to assume that I don't know how arrest warrants go and are served, syempre medyo doon ako powerless ako i-correct ngayon yan dahil nandyan na yan eh. It's how it came out, no?
Okay. So my
Pero-
question, sorry, go ahead. You're about to say something, sorry.
Oh, well, wala naman. I was wrapping up lang the idea na kung yan na yung, kasi alam naman natin ng PR that it always serves the other party to make the other party look ignorant. Eh, syempre yun ang gagawin nila. Yun yung battle sa PR, eh, no? Yun ang battle sa PR. So, inaccept ko na lang dahil nagkamali ako for not completing my thought, for having been slightly triggered. I don't want to say na-trigger ako eh, kasi parang hindi naman eh. Pero medyo inireactan ko yung tawa niya, which I shouldn't have done, no? Dapat tinuloy ko yung thought ko, trabaho naman talaga namin ng lawyer yan na, yun, pinutol. Dapat sinabi ko na, syempre paglalaban namin yung what is best for our client, ayaw namin siya ma-serve eh. Ayaw namin siya ma-serve kasi nga, since Monday, they were trying to arrest him. In fact, may binugbog pa nga na kung sa Sergeant, etc. So the intent of the NBI was to arrest him. Ayaw ko siya ma-arrest, no? For legal reasons, for lawyer-client reasons, for nationalism reasons, patriotism, etc. So, ganun siya lumabas. It's okay. Ganun siya lumabas. Pero, to those who will believe, what we always say is, walang rules na nag-govern dyan sa warrant na galing sa foreign na walang recognition ng competent judicial authority ng
Okay.
custodial state.
So just to be very
A
clear,
last word on that is on
yeah.
Oo.
So just to be very clear, Attorney
sige.
Jamie, so you've mentioned earlier that the Rome Statute does not govern. And you're mentioning now that the rules of court does not govern. So basically, ano yung, if ever we're going to look at the legalities of all these things, are you saying na parang lawless yung ginawang pag-aresto
Yan.
kay,
Yan. Yes. Ito.
Okay.
Meron na kasi, hindi ako ready, wala akong laptop, pero
Oo.
nakita ko dun sa petition namin yung kinwote namin sa record of the Senate dun sa 9851. If you will permit me a minute to read
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Kasi ito yung lagi namin sinasabi, and I'm glad to reach out to your audience para at least your intelligent audience, galit man sila sa akin, they dislike me, ito, record doon ng Senate. Nag-uusap kasi si Senator Legarda dito tsaka si Senator Gordon, among others. Si Senator Legarda asked whether the domestic law being contemplated was the domestic law required in if the Philippines ratified the Rome Statute. Senator Gordon, this will take a minute, so pasensya na. Senator Gordon answered that more would still be needed. Sabi ni Senator Legarda, is this domestic law that we are contemplating now, Mr. President, the domestic law that will be required should the Philippines ratify the ICC, the Rome Statute? Gordon, yes, and a lot more to be done and much more. Legarda, so even if the executive ratifies it and we concur in its ratification and we pass the proposed measure that we are contemplating now, is it not enough to implement the Rome Statute? Gordon, yes, it is just like the VFA all over again. It is not enough, Mr. President.
Okay.
Because there will be mechanism upon which we would have to surrender certain nationals who have committed war crimes or violations covered by the statute that would have to be met. Tapos he goes on to talk about the VFA. It is like the VFA na kulang daw, etc. So, for fear of boring everyone, maybe you can just refer to the records of the Senate. It goes on to say, now, hindi meant ang 9851 to be an enforcement mechanism para sa Rome Statute. Clear yan dun sa...
Yeah, because we have to also educate our eto naman tayo sa let me educate, but we also have to say to our audience, Attorney Jimmy, na parang the the RA 9851 was enacted before we entered the Rome Statute, before we became a member of the ICC.
1 year before.
So basically hindi siyang enabling law ng Rome Statute because Rome Statute came after. No, so I don't think ang hindi ko lang maano kasi Attorney Jimmy, I feel like the RA 9851 can stand on its own. Kasi Section 17 is very clear that relevant Philippine authorities may surrender or extradite a person who has a pending warrant before any international tribunal or international court.
Pursuant to?
Well, it's there. It's the law. It's the law already.
No.
Pursuant to
there's
the warrant, yeah.
There's a last sentence.
Oo. Pursuant to a treaty. Pero again, we have to remember, but you have to remember that ICC cannot enter into a treaty with the Philippines. Kaya nga, very clear yung distinction doon that it can surrender or extradite because the surrender pertains actually to the international court and extradite pertains to the foreign court, which is a state-to-state treaty.
Okay. That's it. So nakalagay pursuant to applicable extradition laws and treaties. Okay. So we agree, tanggalin na natin yung extradition.
Hindi siya kasama.
Tama, no?
Tama.
So,
That's good.
So, yun. So we're talking about treaties and if it should cover surrender treaties, meron bang ganon? O gagawa pa tayo ng surrender law? Kasi applicable laws and treaties di ba? So, gagawa ba tayo ng surrender law? Gagawa ba tayo ng surrender treaty?
Yeah, okay.
It acknowledge. Okay. So doon nagkalabuan, no?
Okay.
So So in the other discussions, doon sa...
Can I also say something about that? I think
Ah.
yun nga yung pinopoint out ko, that it's important na nagkaroon ng distinction between surrender and extradite, because the
Correct.
pursuant to applicable extradition laws and treaties only applies to extradition, yung extradite na word. It doesn't apply to the surrender na word.
Correct. So pag tinanggal na natin yung buong sentence na yon, sabi mo nga, hindi na, again, arguable yon, pero mag-a-assume arguendo tayo.
Okay?
Then ibig sabihin, kailangan magkaroon ng surrender mechanism. At if you go back again dun sa Rome Statute, sa 9851 deliberations, sinabi nga na wala pang surrender mechanism. Yan, almost verbatim. Wala pang surrender mechanism, and it will have to be, I'm paraphrasing now kasi I can't find it anymore. It will have to be made. It will have to be codified for kung paano gagawin yung surrender, absent which walang law sa surrender. So
Okay,
yun yung,
so what you're
again,
saying is kailangan natin ng IRR for that particular law in order to effect yung surrender clause, kumbaga.
Actually, ang argument namin batas. Kailangan ng, kasi
Okay.
extradition may law yun 1069 ba ang extradition o 1829? Isa sa dalawa, nalilito ko. 1069 yata extradition. Anyway, PD yun eh.
Okay.
PD 1069 siguro. Again, hindi naman recit to, so bahala na kayo to forgive me.
Yeah.
Basta there's an extradition law, kaya nagkaroon ng extradition rules ang Supreme Court, yung AM nila.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
So kailangan magkaroon ng surrender law. Kasi nga mabigat to, we're talking about liberties, perhaps of mga of international citizenship, perhaps, and in this case lang Pilipino, no? But it could be someone na nandito, like in the El Masri case, yung sa Italy, yung kumakalat dyan sa Facebook na tinry siya, basta anyway, Libyan national na tinry sa Italy, etc. Pero hindi siya give up kasi dumaan doon sa competent judicial authority nung custodial state.
Yeah, pero
Tapos yung sinabing,
you've mentioned earlier that Article 59 doesn't apply to us anymore. The Rome Statute does not apply to us. But why are we asserting now na kailangan pa siyang dumaan sa competent judicial authority?
kasi nga, ito yung pinakamahirap, nag-a-assume arguendo tayo lagi. Kasi pag sinabi nila na mag-a-apply yung Rome Statute, hindi pa rin nila sinunod. Kunyari, sabihin ng Supreme Court. Kunyari, sabihin ng Supreme Court, talagang saklaw pa tayo, to which we don't agree, of course. Pero, hindi pa rin nila dinaan doon.
Okay,
Now,
so ganito naman yung point ko dyan, attorney. Sorry for cutting you off. Ito naman yung
Yes,
point
sir.
ko kasi para wag lang tayo mawala sa flow. Ang point ko naman dito is dalawa yung timeline na tinitingnan natin. The timeline when all of these war on drugs na crime and crimes against humanity were allegedly committed. And this was between 2011 to 2019 when we were still a member of the ICC. That's the first timeline. The second timeline that we're talking about is the time when the warrant was issued and the warrant was effected, parang in-enforcing warrant. So that's the second timeline. The first timeline, it was said in Cayetano versus Pangilinan that they have jurisdiction. ICC had jurisdiction over us during that particular period because we were still a member. Pero ngayon kasi we're talking about the arrest. So during the time of the arrest, we're not a member anymore. So basically, all provisions related to arrest in the Rome Statute will not apply to us anymore because we're not a member. We're not
Correct.
even a custodial
Agree tayo
state.
dyan.
Yeah, we agree. Yeah.
So, ibig sabihin, walang surrender mechanism. Yung mga sinabi mo kanina about the continued cooperation responsibilities, that is what is under inspection now of the Supreme Court. Kasi hindi nila alam to what extent yung sinasabing continued cooperation sa Article 127 ng Rome Statute. If it contemplates yung pagsuko, etc. Kasi yung iba
So,
sinasabi,
yun yung question nyo before the Supreme Court right now, right? Yung sa petition nyo. Yeah, okay.
Yes, kaya nga kuminsan ingat na ingat kami sagutin kasi baka
Sub-judice.
masubjudice kami.
Tama.
Pero ang hirap naman hindi magsalita kasi everybody else is talking about it. So parang, you're balancing these sensitivities, no? Pero the point is, kung talagang kami lang, yung argument lang namin na primary ang aming ihaharap sa mga tao, wala. There's no surrender mechanism anywhere. Hence, the half joke na, Kung ganun, si Trillanes ang nagpipresenta kasi walang surrender law, walang arrest mechanism. Oy, kahit sino pala pwedeng mag... yun yung pinanggalingan noon.
Okay, question ko sa Attorney Jimmy, isn't the permissive tone of RA 9851 enough for us to determine na ang pagsusurrender sa isang tao ay within the prerogative of the Philippine government? So parang the surrender
Yeah.
mechanism as well will be under the prerogative of the enforcement agencies on how they will affect it.
Yeah, I would beg people to not believe that. Again, iintayin natin yung Supreme Court. Pero kasi,
Okay.
you really have to imagine the consequences of that race. No? Kasi,
Ah.
there is no constitutional democracy existing right now that adheres to that belief. Lahat, ginrap namin yan. Siyempre, nag-homework kami. Naka-chart from UK to France to Korea. Lahat sila, surrender, extradite, kung ano pa nang itawag mo dyan, dumadaan sa korte. Kasi ang mangyayari is the absurd scenario na kung kakasuhan kita halimbawa dito ng local, bago kita mapasurrender, dadaan tayo sa piskal, PI, etc. Pero pag sa ICC kita at kalaban ka ng presidente, wala nang piskal. One day pwede ka i-ship out, which is what happened to our president. No?
I agree with that kasi I think sabi ko nga I've always mentioned this na kapag kung hindi lang sana nag-away si Vice President Sara at saka si President Marcos until ngayon nandito pa si Duterte sa si President Digong nandito pa siya sa Pilipinas. So,
Yeah, so-
kaya nga go ahead.
So at least we agree that that was definitely political. That was not according to international law. And until now,
Oh, pero
yung-
it's political but it's legal. I'm saying it's valid, it's legal. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na
Yeah.
just because it's political, it's already illegal. I'm saying political siya but it's still legal and valid and that's my point.
Yes,
Parang-
unless the Supreme Court decides otherwise.
Correct.
Kasi
correct.
nga,
Tama naman yun.
kasi yun nga po yung aming nakapending. Remember, the case is not Bato versus Bersamin, kasi Bersamin yung ES na, di ba? It's not Bato versus Bersamin. It's Duterte and Bato et al. Versus Bersamin. This is about
Okay.
all of them. Kasi nga, it was a predictive filing dahil alam na nila na may pending na chismis na secret warrant. May chismis na nun dati
So
pa
narinig nyo na beforehand. Mm-mm.
Oo, kasi nga, di ba, si Trillanes nga alam di siyempre, may mga may alam din dito. And it turned out to be true. By the way, I think people have forgotten that people ridiculed Bato for being paranoid na meron daw warrant sa kanya nung November niya pa sinabi yan ng 2025. And people said, ooh, ganyan. And then, suddenly, totoo pala, may warrant pala talaga, which they admitted had been existent since November. So tama yung balita.
So, ang
Anyway,
go ahead. Ang question ko na lang ngayon, what is your reaction or ano sa tingin mo yung effect or ano sa tingin mo ang sinasabi ng Supreme Court when they denied your TRO? So ano yung
kasi
effect nun?
as you know, Attorney Ray, ibang-iba naman yung elements ng TRO, di ba?
Yeah.
Irreparable
injury.
Yun yung pinaka-importante doon. Di ba? Una, may deprivation ng liberty, tapos illegal, tapos merong grave and irreparable injury, tapos yung last, yung clear and necessary na need to prevent the injury, di ba? Baka yung number 3 and 4 baka nadali dahil umalis nga si Bato, which again, we avoid the use of the word escape, no? Pero, so naiintindihan, syempre, I would wish that they would consider our MR kasi mag-MR pa kami because may supervening events dahil yung DOJ nag-pronounce na hahabulin siya through come hell or high water. Pero even if I was putting myself in the shoes of the Supreme Court na ano nga ba magiging itsura nila kung mag-i-issue sila ng TRO to someone who had in their belief or in the belief of many nag-escape nga. So parang nag-protect sila ng fugitive kung fugitive na nga siya. So yun yung basis ng denial in our opinion.
Yeah.
Pero the reason why mag-MR kami is una because we're legally allowed to And pangalawa, may bago kasing nangyari, which is the pronouncement ng DOJ na number one, they've already claimed na enforceable yung warrant. Wala pa yung desisyon, di ba? Pero sinabi na nila enforceable. Tapos may 225,000 daw na police na i-deploy. Tapos nag-apply sila sa Interpol for red notice. Alam mo, I'm sure you're aware, pag na red notice ka, that goes to all the national central bureaus across the world, 196 na NCB. Arrested anywhere ka, para ka ng pirate o
Hindi ka
terrorist.
mga cross-border na.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wala na talaga. Wala kang pagtataguan nun.
Yeah.
So mag-MR kami and we will see how the Supreme Court. Naku, kung may nakikinig man sa Supreme Court, hindi po kami nagpa-violate ng subjudice. Pero to be fair kasi, we haven't even received the order kasi Monday pa nire-release eh. Press
Okay.
briefer lang naman
So,
yung natanggap namin.
Naglabas kasi sila ng press release that's why the people know it. Pero ganito yun, we also have to be very clear and to be fair to you, yung decision po ng Supreme Court to deny the TRO is not a decision on the actual
Merits.
case itself, na parang on the merits of the case. Kasi hindi pa na-decide talaga ng Supreme Court whether or not the warrant of arrest is enforceable and valid. Parang ganun yung
Correct.
sinasabi doon eh. So that's number one. Pero ang akin lang din kasi, if really the Supreme Court saw that there was a need to issue that TRO, they would have issued that TRO. So basically,
Pero malis si Bato eh.
yun nga yung point, yun nga yung problem doon, umalis kasi si Bato. So basically, from their decision to dismiss the TRO or to deny the TRO until maglabas sila ng final decision for your petition, basically this will give authority to the enforcement agencies to arrest Bato.
Doon naman ako, syempre, hindi ko pwede mag-subscribe doon sa idea na yon.
Okay.
Kasi una, they should parang, in my opinion, exercise becoming restraint, no? Or becoming modesty in that. Kasi the question nga is aside from jurisdiction is the enforceability of the warrant. Yun nga yung naka-bin-bin eh. So, ang sabi ng iba, Attorney Jimmy, ano gagawin mo? Yung DOJ, dineclare na enforceable. Ang sabi ko sa kanila, alam mo, usually, ang opinions ng DOJ, siyempre medyo controlling kasi order of the President. But not in the case when they're the respondent naman. Kasi siyempre, it's like saying, kunyari tayo, magkalaban tayo sa kaso, may sinabi ako, tapos may kinounter ka. Kukunin nila yung argument mo ba, Attorney Reyes, at sasabihin, controlling na yung sagot ni Reyes, ha? Siyempre hindi. Ba't hindi controlling yung sinabi namin kung ganun rin lang pala, di ba? Pareho kaming participants in the case, parties in the case. So yun lang naman ang aming argument. Again, alam mo, lahat naman ng kaso, may talo, may panalo. Sir, eh.
Yeah, exactly.
Ang amin lang, parang if it's not yet done, given more, parang siguro more neutral treatment, siguro naman magre-restrain sana yung DOJ, but obviously they're
not going to
declared.
restrain. Yun nga yung problema
They
dito
won't.
because if he is arrested before ilabas yung final decision, for example, the Supreme Court says na hindi valid and enforceable yung warrant of arrest, it will become moot and academic already kasi nalipad na si
Yun na naman.
Bato sa nalipad na si Bato sa ICC. So, I think the DOJ, the NBI, and whatever enforcement agency na gagamitin ni Presidente or ng administration na to, they will take advantage of this particular period before the release of that decision of the Supreme Court.
And we know that. And that is also why in our heart of hearts, that's what we actually consider as the irreparable injury. Kasi that is so irreparable. What is most irreparable, contrary man sa mga gusto ng yung on your side, no? Is yung si Duterte. Halimbawa lang, kunyari lang, pagbigyan nyo lang po kami. Paano kung nag-decide eventually yung Supreme Court na, hindi pala, walang jurisdiction ng ICC. Kunwari lang, biglang yun na yung maging desisyon. Wala naman tayong legal recourse to bring back PRRD at all.
Correct.
The best we can do is makikiusap tayo sa kanila. And nag-appeal na nga tayo in their own chamber, the appeals chamber, na sabi nila, hiwalay naman daw na body. Pero syempre, ICC ba din yun, di ba? Sabi nila, no, we have jurisdiction. Natural, di ba? Alangan namang sabihin nila, mali kami, wala pala kaming jurisdiction. Hindi naman mangyayari yun. Di ba? So, we feel that this is an irreparable injury na dadalawahin pa. So parang siguro naman pwede nang mag-restraint ng konti kay Bato. But I know that's hoping against hope. Alam ko naman yun.
Pero during the pre-trial chamber and the confirmation of charges hearing, the ICC was saying that the surrender was valid, eh. That
Siyempre.
they obtained parang valid jurisdiction over the former president. Parang ganun yung
Yeah.
nangyari. Okay, so
I
I
cannot
understand it.
imagine
Yeah.
I cannot imagine them saying otherwise. I mean,
Yeah, okay. Kasi they would have to return President Duterte back to the Philippines.
oh,
Diba?
oh, sorry, ganun, sorry pala,
Sorry, mali
ganun.
pala kami. Balik
Oo,
natin.
oo,
Yeah.
hindi mangyayari. Oh.
Yeah, so ang akin naman yung understanding ko ng sinasabi mo is also from a lawyer's perspective, because tama ka naman, no, the lawyer's job really is to defend yung clients natin, but ang akin lang kasi the reason why I also posted, because I've been restraining to post about you kasi nga we're friendly to each other naman. The reason lang is I want to correct nga yung misconception, because according to you nagkulang ka ng oras, so medyo mali yung understanding or mali yung nasabi mo. So we have to be very clear right now, no, that Rule 113 will apply and the lawyer cannot accept a warrant from on behalf of the client.
For local warrants, for local charges, and for whatever warrants that are recognized sa Pilipinas.
Pero
Yun yung
yeah, the Rule 113 and even yung Article 3 Section 2 does not really distinguish between a local and a foreign warrant. I mean,
dyan ako
kumbaga,
tututulak ko talaga.
walang distinction eh. Walang distinction. I mean, sabi ng statutory construction, 'di ba?
Bilis.
If the law does not distinguish, do not distinguish, parang ganun eh. So, our constitution and our rules of court does not really state that it must be domestic or local warrant.
Yeah, but again, if you go through yung mga statutory construction rules, di ba?
Yeah.
Una, verba lehis, tapos ratio lehis es anima, tapos ut magis valiat quam periat, di ba? Kasi yung third is titingnan mo na yung as a whole, yung constitution and other laws, di ba? O, sige. So, kunyari, pag sinabi ng president, kunyari, syempre, president, Philippine president yon, di ba? You've heard those arguments, I'm sure. Tapos may rebuttal na rin kayo doon. But if you look at it as a whole, democracy as a whole, and again, and this is an argument, it is definitely not settled. If you look at the, kunyari, materialize yung sinasabi ng side na yan, ibig sabihin, pag merong warrant na nanggaling sa China by a Chinese judge, considering Jay Tariela, for example, a terrorist, pwede siyang ipa-arrest dito, ipapasurrender, hindi dadaan sa competent judicial authority. Why? It was issued by a judge. Okay? There's a valid warrant, no? Pina-Interpol, etc. Pero hindi nadadaan sa PCTC, hindi nadadaan sa courts. So, si Trillanes, pag naka-obtain kami ng Chinese warrant, etc. I would not subscribe to that. Kahit gaano kasama ang loob ko pa kunyari kay Trillanes, hindi ko naman papayagan na may Chinese warrant. Kasi right now we're envisioning ICC warrant lang eh. What about other warrants? Foreign warrants, foreign judges. Di ba? Hindi tama yun.
That's the difference that we're talking about earlier, attorney, because kaya nga sinasabi natin that there's a difference between surrender and extradition, kasi nga the extradition laws or rules by the Supreme Court will now apply kapag foreign court, if it's a court of another state that will issue it. So that's two different stories. You have an international court, international criminal court, and a foreign court of a state.
Yes.
But
remember,
may rules na tayo doon.
Yes, but remember, Section 17 allows the authority to decide whether it's surrender or extradition. So, kung talagang susundin mo to the letter in 17, pwedeng piliin ng gobyerno na i-surrender na lang. Wag ng extradition. Surrender na lang.
Okay, so magkaiba tayo ng interpretation dyan. Yeah, we have a different interpretation then. Kasi sa akin, that's why they distinguish yung surrender at saka extradition, because surrender only pertains to international tribunals created or
pero ano basis nun? Ano basis?
Yung the law itself, kasi kaya nga surrender or extradite yung sinabi eh. And nakalagay pa doon, pursuant to extradition laws and treaties, because they want to make that distinction na it's a foreign, if it's a international, the surrender. Okay, go ahead.
Sige, basahin natin.
Okay, go ahead.
Para, basahin natin. Sandali lang, hindi ko alam gamitin to eh. Sandali lang.
RA
Section
9851,
17, RA 9851. Yan.
Section 17. Mhm.
Oo, 9851. Basahin natin.
Sige, go ahead.
Kasi ang mangyayari, binasa ko talaga ulit-ulit yan eh. Ang mangyayari is magkakaroon ng unbridled discretion yung authority in the interest of justice pa. Ang unang sentence yan, if I remember correctly, in the interest of justice, kapag may pending na nakaso between any foreign tribunal or whatever, pwede nang isurrender or extradite. Natin ha.
Okay.
Alam mo, isa pang interesting reading, Attorney Mace, yung regulations of the court ng Hague, na regulations of the Hague Court, no?
Okay. So, ano yan? It's different from, ICC documents.
IRR siya, oo. Basahin mo yung Regulation 31, number 3. Actually, yung buong 31. Basahin mo yung buong Regulation 31 tungkol sa arrest, tungkol sa surrender. Meron din nakalagay na competent judicial authority.
But then again, we'd have to argue again na hindi applicable sa atin yon kasi we're both in agreement na yung Rome Statute is not applicable to us during the time of the arrest. So I don't think we can have that argument. Yeah.
Correct. Kaya ako nag-a-assume argumento kasi nga pag sinabi nila na yun yung pinagbabatayan nila, di sundin nyo yan. Kasi ang point ko nga, in fact, in one of the ways, sinabi ko, hindi naman nila sinusunod yung the laws that they invoke eh. Yun yung meaning nun. Naputol na rin yun. Anyway, Section 17.
Yeah.
Yan, in the interest of justice, the relevant Philippine authorities may dispense with the investigation or prosecution of a primary shoulder on another court. Or
so yun yung sagot mo sa earlier na sinasabi mo kanina na kailangan pa ng PI, etc. because the Philippine authorities may dispense with the investigation or prosecution.
Kaya nga, nakalagay, may dispense with investigation prosecution of a crime punishable under this act if another court or international tribunal, so it doesn't distinguish, ha?
It does.
Is already put,
It does. Another court or international tribunal, that those are two different things. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm saying, pinagsama niya, kung meron ng court or international tribunal already conducting the investigation or undertaking the prosecution of such crime, wala nang investigation, prosecution. Instead, the authorities may surrender or extradite. So yung surrender or extradite, pwedeng gawin sa another court or international tribunal.
Well,
hindi ba tama ako dyan?
Hindi, magkaiba tayo na interpretation kasi nga the reason why they distinguished both kasi nga you can't just surrender a person to another state. That's why you have extradition treaties and laws.
So you're saying surrender applies only to international tribunal?
Yes, it does.
Paano nangyari yun? Educate me. Paano nangyari yun dito?
Ang nakalagay dito, instead the authorities may surrender or extradite suspected or accused persons in the Philippines to the appropriate international court if any, or the reason, but nagkaroon ng distinction yung dalawa, yung surrender or extradite, and nagkaroon din ng distinction between international court or to another state. Kasi nga, very clear dito, or to another state pursuant to applicable extradition laws and treaties. So, the extradition will only apply kapag state yung nag-handle ng kaso na yun.
Pursuant to applicable, yung to another state, yun yung extradition,
yun yung reason ko doon. Yeah, that's my reasoning there. That's how I interpret it. Yun lang problema kasi we can't be conclusive about this. Yeah, so
kasi medyo may mga
so at least alam natin how we interpret the law, tayong dalawa. Okay.
At least what we can agree on is it's a difficult question of law. Hindi siya, kaya nga dinidinig ng Supreme Court eh. Di ba? Kasi ba't siya didinggin pa ng Supreme Court kung chicken feed do, di ba? Hindi niya na. So, para sa amin nga, of course we have to argue the other way. Diba?
Okay. Because you have to protect the interest of your client, basically.
Of course, which is what I was trying to say to the host. Tsaka, isa pa, again, I keep trying to imagine the converse if we lose. Na talagang in the future, talo talaga yung bayan. And I'm not being fake patriotic here. Kasi nga, there is no court. Alam, Attorney Reyes talaga, I can't emphasize it enough. There's no court in the world. There's no court in the world that subscribes to automatic surrender or extradition. Wala eh. Wala.
The Philippines does. Yun yung problema. Yun yung problema kasi I think what you're saying right now is, I actually agree somehow because kailangan din naman talaga natin ng proper guidelines para wala nang question when the Philippine authorities do it, 'di ba? Tama din naman 'yun. Na kailangan natin ng proper guidelines, pero ngayon na wala pa tayong proper guidelines on how to do it. I think the law is very clear that it is now the prerogative of the executive how they will kasi this law is already can stand on its own eh. Hindi naman ito non-self-executing na law na kailangan mo talaga ng IRR eh. Very clear naman doon the may. So permissive on the part of the government on how they will affect that particular surrender or sedition.
Yeah,
Okay.
and by the way, kaya rin may mga comment si Justice Leonen, di ba, that have been spreading recently dun sa mga records nung hearing ng Pangilinan yata yun na sinabi, Section 17. So it borders on unconstitutional, right? Sinabi niyang ganon. In his words, So ibig sabihin, the vagueness for him is enough to make it possibly unconstitutional. Possibly lang. Kasi nga, because it points to a possible construction na pwedeng maging purely executive ang surrender.
Yeah.
Which again does not exist anywhere else. Magiging makapili na tayo na bansa niyan. Puro makapili tayo.
Pero again, Attorney Jimmy, we know naman the presumption of regularity. So in all of these things, not unless the Supreme Court says otherwise, basically we have to subscribe to the idea, kahit hindi man ikaw because it's your client, but you have to subscribe to the idea that these were all done with the presumption of regularity na ginagawa lang nila yung trabaho nila under our eyes. Unless sabihin ng Supreme Court na, oy, mali yan.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't really say otherwise.
Hence the certiorari.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Kasi nga,
so gets naman yun.
I hope I keep praying talaga na may ka-enlightenment kasi alam mo, sa dami ng kinaiinisan kong politiko ngayon, I would never support kahit kunyari maging presidente si Sara, I would never support na may ipapadala sa ICC without judicial process.
Okay.
Pagtatawanan tayo, magiging de facto martial law yan, and I'll just go out of government pag ginawa nila yan. Mark my words, kung naka-record to, if we start doing that, ayaw ko na. I will not support.
Okay, gets naman. So for example, in the future, pag pinadala si Bongbong Marcos sa ICC, kukontra ka din. Are you willing to defend Bongbong Marcos?
No, but I will not support the move.
Okay.
In fact, tsaka hindi naman ako kunin nun, di ba?
For example lang na pinadala siya doon, you won't support that move. Kumbaga kukontrahin mo din. Siguro mag-post ka sa Facebook or what.
Walang-wala ng jurisdiction. Now, supposing we rejoin the Rome Statute just for that purpose, padadaanin pa rin natin sa competent judicial authority. Kasi nga, they are basically asking the Supreme Court to rule themselves out of the equation.
Okay,
yun yung parang
pero ang question ko, bakit hindi nag-react yung Supreme Court if feeling natin na parang ina-undermine ang Supreme Court, why did the Supreme Court react differently or parang react favorably doon sa pag-aresto kay Bato?
No, I don't think they've reacted in any way at all. No, parang they're not a court of opinion, di ba? Court of record sila, yan ang tinuturo sa first year, di ba? So they won't give their opinion, pero we'll see what the record will show pag nag-decide sila. So ako talagang dasal na lang talaga kasi talagang again, I don't want to sound parang sobrang argumentum ad baculum ba tawag doon, yung parang argument by force, no, yung parang naku, pag ano yan, mamamatay tayong lahat, ganun, hindi naman, no. Pero I do have that feeling that if maging kauna-unahan tayong bansa na merong purely executive surrender mechanism, no, to the ICC or to any tribunal, that will ruin the fabric of our democracy at magkakaroon ng bonggang benggahan talaga mangyayari, which I will not subscribe to, not even to my most hated personalities right now.
Okay, sige. So you won't even wish that on, sino bang pinaka-hate mo? Si Bongbong Marcos pa? Sino bang pinaka-hate mo ngayon?
sa totoo wala naman.
Wala naman. Sige.
Pero
Let's have it
kasi,
clear.
but although, if kung blame lang, well, we all know, I've been on record na hindi naman mangyayari lahat to kung walang basbas, no? So, siyempre, kasali sa panalangin ko yun na maliwanagan yung Pangulo natin and all that. Kasi it's really just, it's ruining everything. For us, again, I know 99 out of 100 of your followers hate me and the remaining one despises me.
Hindi naman. Hindi naman ganun. Actually, very grateful nga ako that you came here kasi parang you're entering, kumbaga, quote and quote, parang may nagalit na dahil sinabi to, no? I don't know if you've heard of Katik. Parang quote and quote, pumasok ka sa enemy territory, parang ganun. Okay, so next question natin, let's move on from that first post. Yun naman tayo kay Trillanes because ano din yun, controversial din yon na parang ang contention mo naman doon ay kinompare mo si Trillanes sa sheriff ata, if I'm not mistaken, and sinabi mo nga na Trillanes parang went there to enforce the warrant. Bakit si Trillanes pinayagan nyo kaming abogado? Hindi.
Well, of course, we all know that social media is a game, no? In a way. I was trying to bring attention. Ito, alam mo, it's like a joke, no? Pag in-explain corny na. So, but allow me to be
Pero
corny.
people took it
no?
seriously People took it seriously. So I think you also have to explain that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a joke, but I did not, the meaning behind it was not, no? Kasi ang para sa akin talaga, he was there without any apparent authority. He was there as a private citizen. And until now, he has never claimed any delegation whatsoever. Ang sinabi lang niya, dahil hinamon siya ni Bato, which again, I think is a PR stunt as well.
Correct.
But definitely he was there as a private citizen. And from that time, sinasabi ko na, kung sino-sino pala pwede mag-enforce ng warrant, di pwede pala ako mag-enforce ng warrant.
But he was with the NBI that time.
Yeah, but he was the one trying to effect the arrest. At least that's how it looked. That's how it looked optically. 'Di ba?
Okay.
Tsaka isa pa, hindi naman niya sinabi na I'm here on behalf of the NBI. Wala naman siyang ganoon eh. Ang sinabi lang niya, I'm here to arrest Bato. Tapos may ginanyan siyang ICC na warrant. Na nung in-expect pa nga namin, parang iba pa yata yung mga numero dito
Question ko, do you believe in citizen's arrest? Na pwedeng dumakip ang mga tao kung if they saw someone na ano?
Oo, pero ang citizen's arrest kasi is a warrantless arrest, di ba?
Kaya nga, so regardless kung whether or not may warrant siya,
may warrant
he can also
siya.
effect the arrest. He can also
Pero
enforce the arrest as a citizen of the Philippines.
Pwede naman. Pero kasi he was not claiming it to be an
citizen's
inflagrant.
arrest. Okay.
It was not claiming it to be. Dati may hawak siyang warrant eh. So kumbaga tanggalin na natin yung argument na yon. Kasi ginawa rin naman ni Senator Padilla sa kanya, di ba? He tried to effect the citizen's arrest kay Trillanes years ago. For a local charge, by the way. Eto, ang daming ang magulo dun sa sitwasyon. He was trying to effect an arrest warrant, foreign, unrecognized, foreign charge, and court that we have argued no longer has jurisdiction. So, ang daming magulo dun sa equation. Kaya, sa dami nun, paano ko pa i-explain yun? Except na, kumbaga biro na lang. Pag gumawa ba ako ng mahabang thesis sa Facebook na kung bakit mali yung ginawa ni Trillanes, may makikinig ba sa akin? Wala naman.
Yeah, so ganito, but we have to be very clear about this, no? And ikaw na mismo ang nagsabi, yung ginawa ni Trillanes was a PR stunt, no? So basically,
maybe.
Okay,
Yung sinabi niya, about Bato.
I would say that
yung
it's
sinabi
a
niya
PR
about Bato,
stunt.
PR yun.
Yeah, I would say that it's a PR stunt really because the challenge of Bato to Mr. Trillanes, to Senator Trillanes was also public. So syempre, Trillanes also needs to save face. Kasi parang challenge mo ako, sige, here I am. You challenge me, here I am. So parang ganun yung nangyari. So we have to be very clear that Trillanes wasn't really there to enforce the warrant. No?
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't there to enforce the warrant because he was with the NBI. Sana kung he was there to enforce the warrant, he wouldn't be with enforcement authorities anymore.
Well, of course, I will disagree to that. Kasi nga, all his actuations pointed out to him trying to enforce the warrant. It was not warrantless. There was no delegation of authority, and the difference is nung sabi mo kung ganti niya lang yon sa PR stunt ni Bato, it does not follow. Kasi si Bato, nung nagsasalita siya, he was not doing anything naman out of duty. No? Pero si Trillanes was parang, I don't know kung pretending or proposing that he was acting out of a duty.
So what duty is that? Hindi naman siya government official.
Exactly. May hawak siyang arrest warrant. He is claiming that he is there to serve this warrant on Bato. So, yun yung itsura sa amin. Hindi
Okay.
naman ako...
But we have to remember also, Attorney Jimmy, that the Senate is a public building. So basically, anyone can be there. Anyone can be interviewed by the media, and anyone can show any piece of document that we want. Because it's the Senate, it's a public building. So basically, the people has the right to be there. We all have the right to be there. So
But no one reprobated his actions.
okay, so I
No,
think that's for the Senate Sergeant at Arms and the Senate already. If they really
I mean, no one from the executive nor any of the agencies, no one reprobated or denounced or debunked or disowned his actions. Walang nag-disown eh.
But why do they have
So,
to? Kasi nga he has every right to be there as a citizen of the Philippines.
Yeah, but nobody, pag ako gumawa naman, Riz, sabihin ko, meron akong Chinese warrant para kay Trillanes, kunyari lang gawin ko.
Yeah.
Sa yung gobyerno will be the first to say na, oy, teka lang, hindi namin ahente yung bondok na yan. Diba? I mean, they would disown that. Kasi parang I'm acting, tapos may usurpation pa ako. Sigurado, diba?
Pero Senator Trillanes never said that he was there to enforce the arrest.
Pero di ba, what I'm saying is if you look at the totality of the actions, may hawak siyang arrest warrant, tapos aarestuhin ko si Bato, may hawak siyang warrant, sinabi niya yon. Sabi niya, aarestuhin niya si Bato. Hindi naman kailangan verbatim na I'm here to effect the ICC. Di ba, hindi naman kailangan yon. He just said that he was there, aarestuhin si Bato, may hawak siyang ICC warrant. Tapos. So, any reasonable man in the same situation would interpret that as him effecting a warrant, di ba?
Okay, so last question. Does that, kasi parang you also have to go na rin. Okay, so last question. Does that parang justify or parang, sige, let's na lang to the other question na parang, can you really consider yourself na parang just protecting your client or you're already parang helping someone evade arrest? Kasi there have been discussions also on Facebook na parang sinasabi na parang hindi na yan pinoprotektahan yung client niya. He's already evading a wanted by the law to evade arrest.
Yeah, well, I've repeated this argument, and it's not even an argument; it's a belief. No,
Okay.
now as long as there is no local charge against him, or a properly issued warrant, assuming arguendo na applicable yung Rose Statute, no, properly issued man lang, dumaan sa competent judicial authority, then I'm not obstructing anything.
Okay.
No, kasi there's nothing on paper nor in ano man lang oral man lang na law na sinabi nila that will make us believe na dapat i-surrender na to. Kasi you have to understand on the human side yung nangyari kay Duterte.
Okay.
And which we still feel it's under the scrutiny of the courts, pero the grave irreparable injury has been done. Mauulit yun kay Bato pag ginawa natin to. Kasi nga may reports, unverified para clear, unverified, na may umiikot na raw na, pero medyo strong reports na may umiikot na kung ano-anong aircrafts, no, supposedly. Tapos may bulong-bulong from mga Malacanang, etc., etc. Of course, we cannot go into those details. Pero tao naman kami, Race, no? We don't want someone na hindi lang kliyente, an ally, a party mate, dadalhin sa Hague, tapos meron palang possibility na, ay sorry, wala pala kayong jurisdiction, pero nandun na siya. Diba? So, but to go back to your question and to be very clear, from the legal aspect, we firmly believe walang local charge, walang jurisdiction ng Rome Statute, and even assuming arguendo na meron, they did not even follow the regulations of the Hague Court. So there was nothing going for them legally, and there was nothing for us to abide by. So ano yung binrake namin na batas? Eh di wala. Sa opinion namin.
Okay, sa opinion nyo, what if the Supreme Court, well, what about the denial of the TRO? Won't that signal you to parang present already bato to the Supreme Court or to
May MR pa, tsaka it is not up to us to present ba to the Supreme Court kasi nga dapat pakita muna nila yung validity of the arrest warrant. Kasi nga nung dininay yung TRO, it is just because hindi na fulfill yung elements for a TRO, yung grave irreparable injury. They did not make valid the warrant. Walang decision on that at all. And I know you understand that.
Yeah, okay.
Pero
So,
I can also see how the layman would confuse that as na parang if it's not a yes, then it's a no. Parang ganon, di ba? Ganon sa layman eh. But it's not a yes or no on the validity of the warrant eh. It's a yes or no for the propriety of a TRO. Eh ibang-iba kasi talaga yun.
okay. So if the Supreme Court will ask you to give the location of bato, will you be willing and will you be able to give his location?
Yun ang problema kasi my heart of hearts, itaga nyo ito sa bato with no pun intended. Hindi namin talaga alam kung we did not even know he was coming. We did not know he was leaving. And we do not know where he is. That's by his design. That's by his design kasi syempre hindi naman puta.
But how do
Mahina
you
ang
communicate
utak.
with him as your client?
We don't anymore. Nung nandun kami sa Senate, we already nag-scenario building na kami ng lahat. Meron na kaming nakaprepare na mga pleadings which of course we won't discuss. Pero nakaprepare na if this happens, if this happens, if this happens. That's why it's been a full 3 weeks talaga for our firm. Di ba? Kasi
Sorry.
talagang we're writing every minute.
Medyo na-confuse ako. Pero what if kailangan ng affidavit? Kasi syempre, di ba, in our pleadings, kailangan talaga i-consult yung client. And of course, ano yun eh, parang real time yun that you have to consult your client.
Sa family
eh.
kami.
Okay.
Sa family kami.
So you know the whereabouts of the family?
Of course, everyone knows where the family is.
Okay, so last question na lang talaga kasi I feel like medyo ano na din. They're asking if they can ask questions daw yung audience, hindi na. You wouldn't...
Maybe 3 or
3
okay
questions,
lang ba?
sige. Go ahead, type kayo ng questions sa'yo, babasahin namin. Pero yung question ko, nasa Pilipinas pa ba si Bato? As far as your knowledge can provide.
You know, I'm a good Christian so I don't swear. Pero if I could, I would swear to God Himself. Hindi talaga namin alam kung nasaan. I swear, look into my eyes.
Okay.
Hindi niya talaga gagawin yun kasi it would put us in danger eh.
All of you,
So,
correct? Tama
Oo,
yan.
all of us. Hindi talaga, wala talaga, I swear to you. Kumbaga, if we could at least put that to rest. Hindi namin alam talaga.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so we'll take 3 questions now before Attorney Jimmy leaves. Siguro very quick and brief questions. But Attorney Jimmy, no, before we go to the questions, I'm very, very grateful talaga. Kasi this has been long time coming na conversation. Then we've had, parang June 2025, nagsimula na tayo mag-usap eh.
Oo nga, we can even keep doing it kasi nga, as I told you, I don't mind being wrong. Honest, I really don't. I like to be corrected. Ang akin lang, I don't like staying in echo chambers. Kaya nga tinanggap ko yung show sa Bilyonaryo eh. Kahit alam kong kuminsan I feel outnumbered or whatever. But Jess has been fair to me. So, parang ang sa akin talagang usap talaga ang sagot dito, usap.
Yeah. And we're very, very grateful for that.
I am too.
Yeah, thank you. So, we have 3 questions. Pagod na siguro to si Attorney Jimmy.
Okay lang.
Okay, sige.
Give me the worst kahit yung tinatarantado
sige.
ko. Okay lang.
Worst questions daw.
Sige.
Tanong nila, actually may nagtanong kanina eh, what's your inspiration daw sa song na Let Me Be The One?
Layo, no?
Ang layo.
Hindi,
Pero
ano
may
yun?
nagtanong talaga kanina, ano yung inspiration mo sa song na yun? If you can
Marami
answer.
na nagtanong yan, pero ano talaga yan. It was really just a well-crafted song. I was so proud na nagawa ko yun. At ano siya eh, it was parang amalgamate of many breakups. Hindi naman just one person yun.
So ang dami mo na pala na-experience sa breakup. Okay.
Che.
Okay, may question dito si Winston. Isusuko nyo ba si Bato or hindi? when the time comes na hingin na talaga siya ng ICC or no Supreme Court or maglabas na ng decision sa Supreme Court na enforceable and valid yung warrant, are you going to surrender him?
Okay, let's just say everything has been done properly, na-decide na ng Supreme Court, etc. The dilemma is, gustuhin man namin i-surrender siya, he has intentionally designed it so that we don't know kung nasaan siya. Knowing Bato, he will follow the law. But that's just my gut feel. Pero, ang ina-avoid lang namin talaga is preempting the law tapos grave irreparable injury. Yun lang talaga.
Okay.
Pero, should the time come na talagang hindi namin alam kung nasan siya, tapos fugitive na siya by the... Ay, laka.
Or nalobat ata si Atty. Jimmy. Yeah, I think nalobat siya. But yeah, mag-ano na kayo, mag-ask kayo ng questions you guys while he's fixing. I think babalik pa naman yun or what. But, you know, not a question but admit the following. Mali kasi sinabi mo na hindi pwede ang lawyers tumanggap na ICC is not a foreign court but international court and that there was a valid warrant. Sige, try natin yan. Pero nawala, nalobat ata siya. I think na ano siya. Very no. I think okay naman yung discussion. Sabi ko nga talaga na kami naman ni Attorney Jimmy, last year pa kami nagsimulang mag-usap and we're very friendly to each other. There were times talaga na medyo heated din yung mga posts namin sa Facebook, pero at the end of the day kasi ako, I respect him as a lawyer and I get where he's coming from, although I don't agree with what he's saying, but I get where he's coming from kasi nga as a lawyer then you have to protect the best interests of your client. Yun naman yun dun eh. So let's wait for him. I'm gonna tell him kung pwede niya ma-admit na number one na hindi pwede ang lawyer sa tumanggap na, because I tried to to also get it out from his mouth na sabihin niya talaga na nagkamali siya doon, that ICC is not a foreign court but an international court and there was a valid warrant. Oh yeah, that's also a good question, no? Sabi ni Mariel, kung hindi nyo po alam ang whereabouts si Senator Bato, bakit nyo po sinabi during the interview na kayo ang tatanggap ng arrest and serve it to your client? Does that mean you have means and ways of locating him? Yeah. Pero sinabi niya, hindi niya daw talaga alam and they're not talking to him. Yeah. Si Attorney Sal Panelo, no? Parang ni-review. Okay. Ayan.
Hala, Reyes.
Lobat ka na?
Oh, naglobo.
Okay. Sige, so
nakakuha ko ng charger.
Okay, so may charger ka naman. Okay ka naman.
Oo, sinaksak ko, pero ewan ko kung mag-hold to. Sana mag-hold.
Okay, so ito yung
1%.
question, Attorney Jimmy, bilisan na lang natin. Kung hindi niyo po alam ang whereabouts si Senator Bato, bakit niyo po sinabi during the interview na kayo ang tatanggap ng arrest and serve it to your client? Does that mean you have means and ways of locating him?
Hindi, wala. I did. That's, kasi nga, like I said, it was more of us not recognizing the validity of the warrant and therefore, kumbaga in layman speak, di, bigyan nyo lang sa amin, kami na mag-serve kasi pwede naman pala kahit si Trillanes. That was the...
So hindi siya literal?
Mistake came in, no?
You were not being literal about it that you're going to receive and serve the warrant?
Oo. Hindi. Ang point doon is we were trying to, I've been always trying to emphasize na talagang kung Wild West ito at walang nasusunod na rules, walang applicable rules. At kung walang applicable rules, akin na. Parang ganon. And again, siguro yung pang-aasar ko na yun, backfired. I acknowledge that. And it was also part of my, yung paalala ng loved ones ko nga na finish kasi your sentences, sabi nila. Finish your thought.
Napagalitan ka tuloy.
Hindi lesson learned. Pagalitan.
Napagalitan tuloy. Okay, so what's your reaction on Attorney Sal Panelo's rebuke on your TRO petition? Parang nagpa-interview kasi ata si Attorney Sal.
Oo nga wala tayong magagawa, no? He's stalwart. But what we have discussed na even with other lawyers, what we have shared is that this being a high-profile case, ang dami talagang nagsasuggest, ang dami nagmamahal kay Bato. And I'm sure, Atty. Reyes, you have your own experience
Yeah.
being in a sensitive situation where clients are giving iba-iba na opinion, no?
Hmm.
Pero wala tayong magagawa. Ganun talaga. I love Sally. I've always respected him, so I just won't speak against him.
Yeah. Actually I also have
Kakampi.
I also have one point to discuss. Actually, this argument is in favor sa inyo sa case ni Bato because a lot of people are calling him fugitive from justice, no, pero I've posted something about this. Sabi ko, we can't really technically, if we're going to yung strict legal sense ng fugitive from
Kung
justice.
technical.
Yeah, because the Supreme Court actually released yung parang promulgated yung Valyacar Transit versus Yanson, which states na hindi nga siya dapat
Valyacar is the
basta-basta.
case. Oh.
Yeah, hindi nga siya basta-basta kasi nga because if you're a fugitive, basically you're also removing your parang available remedies
Rights to release.
rights, di ba? Parang
To release.
tinatanggal mo eventually yung karapatan mo na humingi ng remedies before the court. So yun, basically just to help your argument.
Yeah.
Okay, so ito may request.
Thank you.
I don't know if you can decline to do this, pero ang sabi dito ni Miss Yai, not a question but please admit the following daw. Number 1, mali kasi sinabi mo na hindi pwede ang lawyers ang tumanggap ng warrant. Number 2, that ICC is not a foreign court but an international court. And number 3, that there was a valid warrant. So, which ones are you willing to admit?
Humbly speaking talaga, wala po talaga. Kaya kainisan man nila kasi nga, ang sinasabi ko nga sa kanila, dun sa interview na yan, I hate sounding this kasi magmumukhang defensive eh. Pero there is no lawyer who would believe na kaya kong tumanggap ng local warrant para sa aking kliyente or mag-serve noon, no? No one would say that, no. I have been stressing the days before that interview. Nagjo-joke na nga ako, no? Sa mga vlogger, hanapin niyo sa mga vlogs ng mga DDS yun, ewan ko kung tumatawid sa inyo. Sabi ko kung sino-sino pala pwede mag-serve niya, di ako na lang mag-serve, which portrays my belief nga na foreign warrant yan, walang laws, walang rules dyan. So that was the point of that first comment. Number 2, ano yung sabi niya?
Yung parang that ICC is an international court and not a foreign court.
Yeah, kasi nga, there's much discussion about that, di ba? Kaya nga dati sinasabi nila yung extradition should also apply by analogy to the ICC since it's a foreign court pa rin. May ganong argument, di ba? So right now, we consider that as an unsettled question.
Okay.
No? So again, why would I concede if I feel like a foreign court or a foreign tribunal is simply something that is not a Philippine tribunal
Okay.
or court. Okay. So, sige.
Yeah, go ahead.
And sige, yun muna. Kasi nga ang point ko lang is anything outside ng ating laws will have, halimbawa, di ba? Nyari, divorce. Divorce na lang, di ba? By Japanese divorce, di ba? Doon, kontrata lang, divorce na kayo, di ba? Yun nga, pinaparecognize pa, di ba? Meron tayong recognition of foreign judgment dito. Hindi siya self-executing na pag divorce ka na sa Japan, divorce ka na rin dito. Hindi eh. Para siya magkaroon ng legal effects dito, paparecognize mo sa court, di ba? So until and unless it is recognized here, wala siyang epekto, hindi yan nire-recognize, mag-asawa kayo sa paningin namin, etc. Eh paano pa sa something that has to do with the liberties of a citizen, di ba? Dapat ma-recognize yung warrant, yung decision ng korte, etc. And then the last question?
The last question is on the validity of the warrant, na hindi valid yung warrant. Is it on your end, is it valid or not valid?
Oo. Kasi again, you're asking me to admit the opposite of my argument. Kasi hindi talaga siya valid.
Pero ang question kasi nila kanina, the reason why they brought it up, kasi same person yung nag-bring up, ang sinabi niya kasi, if invalid talaga yung warrant, bakit sinabi mo that Trillanes was there to enforce a warrant? Parang ganun yung point kasi,
he was there to wrongfully enforce a warrant. Wrongfully. Kasi nga, kaya nga namin hindi binigay. Kasi if he was there to lawfully enforce a warrant, then we would have had a harder time resisting it. But he was there. Sabi nga nila, may nagtanong sa akin recently, if you consider that the warrant is not yet enforceable, then why is Bato running? Ang simple
Correct.
kong sagot,
That's a good question.
ang simple kong sagot, because they're enforcing it. Kasi iba naman ang enforceable sa being enforced. No, kasi like I said, you have to remember, Attorney Reyes, and to the good person who asked, no, there's always that gray area. Like, di ba, sabi nga ni Nick Torre dati na, it is not for us to question the legality of anything. Pag sinabi sa amin enforce, enforce. Sinabi niya yan, ha? Sinabi niya dun sa Duterte arrest, and even recently in an interview in Nakapihan, he said that. Ibig sabihin, kahit hindi pa, whether enforceable or hindi, i-enforce muna nila yan, tapos tsaka tayo magsorihan kung mali kami. Ganun naman talaga, it's how enforcement works eh. 'Di ba? Kung minsan nga 'di ba, merong mga nakukulong para sa mga non-bailable. Tapos it turns out yun pala, hindi sila guilty dun sa syndicated estafa, pero 2 years silang na-detain, 'di ba? So, yung iba nagtatago, 'di ba? I'm sure, Attorney Reyes, in your practice, nakarinig ka na ng ganyan, huwag tayong magpaka-hipokrito, 'di ba? May mga naririnig ka na papayuhan sila ng ibang abogado. Papayuhan sila na, alam mo, magtago ka na lang. Hindi.
I'm not gonna say
no,
that.
No,
Kasi,
I don't do that.
Yeah.
But I've heard it. I've heard it done. Kasi nga, non-bailable. Morally convicted siya na hindi yan guilty. Madedetain siya, magpipetition siya for bail, malamang madedenay. Makukulong siya ng mga 2 years only to find out na po siya hindi pala siya kasali dun sa kumpanya na yon, or hindi na pala siya incorporator or whatever.
But effectively, that's already evading arrest. Parang tinutulungan
Evading
mo
arrest.
evade arrest.
So, which is why I would never suggest it. But we do know that it happens. No? Ako, hindi ako, I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that.
I respect that.
It happens.
We can
Yeah,
agree to disagree.
Yeah. I don't subscribe to that, but it happens. Kasi, no, you're saying you disagree that it happens.
No, I'm saying that not all lawyers are parang blatant to say to their clients na parang.
Oh, yeah. Of course. And they shouldn't. I'm being very clear here. That's illegal. They shouldn't do that. But it happens, no? So,
Sino yung mga lawyers na kilala mo ba?
may text ko sa'yo. Hindi, joke. Hindi, kasi I was in my 20s, may nabalitaan na akong ganyan sa isang relative na awang-awa kami, tapos eventually nakulong din, etc. Tapos wala pala siyang kinalaman. But anyway, so I don't remember the point I was making.
As to the parang enforcement of the warrant and evading.
Okay. So we believe that the warrant is not enforceable, but it was being enforced.
Okay.
And to our legal talagang belief, and wala pang desisyon yung Korte Suprema. So we were not breaking any laws. Di ba iba naman to dun sa nakasuhan na tapos non-bailable, yung kanina nating example, ha? Ito iba to. Wala pang kahit anong law na local na ini-invoke. Sinabi ng ibang kinatawan ng gobyerno, sinabi ng DILG, that is an inactionable document. So they were double speaking eh. Sinabi ng PNP, hindi pa fugitive sa bato, hindi namin yan huhulihin kasi wala pang valid na arrest warrant. Sinabi ng PNP yan, ha? Pero sinabi naman ng DOJ, enforceable na yung warrant. Una, remember that cabinet secretaries, alter ego, di ba? Qualified political agency doctrine. Words of the president yan. Yung words of the president from 3 different mouths, iba-iba yung opinion.
Yeah. Kay Rimon
So we have
kay
to...
Yeah.
So syempre, we have to believe that which is most damaging to us. Kasi syempre, we have to be protecting our client from the worst possible scenario, di ba? And the worst possible scenario was the DOJs.
Arrest. Pero it's a different situation now kasi during the time of the Senate Rigodon, nung nagpunta si Senator Bato doon, there was no denial of the TRO just yet. 'Di ba? So you can always argue there na baka okay nga na hindi pa i-enforce yung warrant kasi pending pa yung TRO before the Supreme Court. But now that the TRO has been denied, basically it's a go signal. For me personally, I feel like it's a go signal already for the enforcement agencies to arrest Bato.
Yeah, but what we've already discussed that. We've already agreed to disagree on that. Dahil sinabi na nga natin na yung denial of the TRO, it does not mean the Supreme Court considers the arrest warrant valid, but rather just that we did not meet the elements of a TRO.
Okay.
Ibang-iba talaga yon. Kumbaga, siguro by now clear na yung discrepancy of thought natin doon.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. Last na lang talaga, sorry. If there's no rule being followed in the process of serving the warrant and if there are no guidelines that provide for the process, then what is the basis of you representing Bato?
Even you can answer that, di ba? Kasi
pero you can directed at you yung question eh. Go ahead.
Yeah. You can always represent anyone nga, even if there's no legal matter pending. Pwede ka nga parang in expectation of a case. Halimbawa, pwede naman yon. Or legal opinion, pwede naman yon.
Okay.
And the fact of the matter is, there are pending petitions before the Supreme Court regarding the Duterte, Bato et al. versus Bersamin. So there are legal matters to discuss. And then there are also legal documents being furnished sa amin. Like the other day, may nagpadala ng subpoena. So kala namin, ayan na, may local charge na. Galing sa CIDG. And then they recalled that. They recalled the subpoena. So, there are a lot of legal matters here, di ba? As you well know, Attorney Reyes, hindi naman litigation lang ang trabaho ng abogado.
Tama. Ako, I'm not even parang huge litigation lawyer. I do litigation on the side, pero hindi naman yun yung main work ko eh. Okay, so mapapasample ka ba daw nila? Mapapasample ka ba daw nila?
Alam mo, because of your openness to me, despite our differences, on another time,
okay, sige.
I promise to do that as long as it will help. Now, if it will demean the show, syempre pangit naman yun. Pero if it is in a spirit na of, alam mo, may nagsabi sa akin recently, yung pari yun na kaibigan. Sabi niya, the object of communication is communion, sabi niya. Tapos, I was so touched by that kasi sabi niya, before you speak, if you're communicating, ano ba objective mo? Communion ba? Kasi if it is going to cause something worse, huwag ka na lang magsalita.
Okay.
So, naalala ko lang siya because of this offer of yours. Na kung may communication through song will result in some form of communion kahit not politically, magyayaya pa ako ng ibang singer.
Kaya ito, Attorney Jimmy Bondoc, just for the record din, kami namang lahat, I think we're all in agreement that we admire you as a singer. As a singer, parang ngayon lang. Ako talaga sinabi ko na sa'yo dati pa.
Can I paraphrase that?
Ha?
Can I paraphrase that?
Sige,
Can I paraphrase? Para mong sinabi, alam mo, Jimmy, kumanta ka na lang.
Ay, hindi naman gano'n. Pero ang sinasabi namin kasi, before you became a lawyer, idol ka na namin eh, parang gano'n. So parang ito lang is a different side of Jimmy Bondoc. But you know, I'm really grateful, Attorney Jimmy. No, I think we should do this again kahit sa anong platform if you want na we can talk about these things. Kasi actually maraming nag-message sa akin na parang importante nga daw for these explanations to be coming from you directly. Kasi we can all make assumptions eh. But right now at least it's clear na okay.
Yeah, praise, alam mo, salamat. I don't want it to get mushy kasi I want to maintain the active tension between our political differences.
Mag-aaway pa rin naman tayo.
Oo.
Mag-aaway pa rin naman tayo.
Yeah. Hindi, ang away natin will always be political. Pero alam mo talaga, pag hindi tayo tumawid ng echo chambers, we will be missing out on the right things that the other side is saying.
Yeah, tama.
Kasi ano ba tayo? tayo, di ba? Tao tayo, di ba? So, ang akin lang, pardon me lang these days for having been taking strong stances of uncertainty. Kasi may kliyente kami.
Yeah.
And may kliyente kami that is in peril. He is in peril. We have to take strong stances in his favor. Otherwise, what kind of defender would we be, di ba? But it doesn't mean that we're rabid or whatever. We're just trying to really be good lawyers, no?
Yeah.
So,
That
shout
I
out
will
also
agree
to
with.
Attorney Bobet Torino. Yeah.
That I will
Yeah.
agree with, yeah, because we're lawyers. I know that you are also placed in a difficult situation right now. That everything that you will say will reflect sa client mo. At the same time, the cause that you're fighting for. Tama yan, tama yan. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yun lang naman. So, ako basta, so that it's not ended abruptly,
Okay.
we can keep it open-ended. Pag may bagong ikaw na lang ang kakausapin ko on that side. Kasi nga, like I said, I talk to anyone who's level-headed. Like, alam mo si Jess Francis is seen as a very rabid guy for the
Yeah.
other side. Pero I don't care about that. Kasi what I care about is when he talks to me, he's not rabid.
Okay.
So I don't care what he is relative to other people, di ba? Pero relative to me, hindi siya rabid eh.
Yeah.
So I talk to him. Minsan nagtutuksuhan pa kami, tapos inaasar ko siya, pinklawang ka kasi. Nagaganon ko na siya. And he doesn't take offense. Sabi niya, ikaw kasi Duterte ka. O di okay. Pero at least walang hate. Di ba? Basta walang hate, okay lang sa akin.
Yeah, kasi at the end of the day, ano natin to, we all want the same thing, na mapabuti yung bansa natin. We just have different ways of
Yeah.
doing it, and we just have different
Yeah.
ways. Okay, so there you go, attorney.
Absolutely.
Salamat po. You can rest now. Maraming salamat. And also,
Thank you.
baka may
Thanks
message
for
ka
the
pa
chance.
for everyone or for the... Wala na. Okay, that's good na.
Wala naman. I just want to thank you. I consider this an opportunity to
Yeah.
reach out to level-headed people.
Okay, thank you. Have a good rest and ingat pabalik ng Manila. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. Tapos na po. I think it was a fruitful discussion. I think natanong naman natin ang lahat ng gusto natin tanongin, no? So it's up to you now to how to digest yung mga sinabi ni Attorney Jimmy Bondoc. And in all fairness to him naman, it was not difficult for him to cross borders nga. To go to outside of his echo chamber. Tama naman yung sinabi niya. Ako, I follow some DDS vloggers who I think I can learn from. I follow Attorney Jimmy Bondoc. I even follow Sas Sasot just for me to be able to determine kung ano ba yung mga perspective nila. But thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. I hope you guys learned something today, and hopefully we can all bring this into the discussions that we will enter into. Salamat Miss Yai, Miss Mambruha, and everyone. Actually, hindi ko na kayo maisa-isa. But yeah, thank you for very active ang lahat. No? Uy, thank you din pala sa mga nagpadala ng stars. Ayoko kasi i-mention na sasabihin ko during the live with Attorney Jimmy na, uy, thank you po sa mga stars kasi baka isipin niya ito lang yung habol ko yung mga stars. But yeah, I'm grateful and I'm privileged actually na napili din tayo ni Attorney Jimmy to explain his side too. Pwede naman siyang pumili ng any news media outlet. I'm not even a regular vlogger. I'm not even doing podcasts. But yeah, so thank you. So if do you have any other questions or may comment ba kayo? Because I'll be ending the live as well in a bit. Ending Attorney Cambio by legitimizing the narrative na may client nga siya. So ano naman yun eh? That's coming from a perspective of a lawyer din. Basically, it's also parang understanding na yun nga, he has to push for the rights of his client. Sometimes it's not favorable to the public, but ang pinaka-importante dito is we have already corrected the misconception na lumabas sa social media during his interview. And he was also open to admitting na na yung Rule 113 or affecting the warrant of arrest that cannot be accepted or received by a lawyer on behalf of his client. Yun naman yung pinaka-importante doon. Good night everyone. Salamat po. Maraming salamat. May Michael Angelo, thank you sa 500 stars kanina. I saw that. Salamat po. Salamat. Good job. Thank you. Ayop, hindi ko kayo napahiya. Thank you. Salamat po. Yeah, lawyers yun iba to, tama yun. Salamat everyone. Have a great night. Ay, paano ba i-end to? Hindi ko nga alam paano i-end eh. How do I end? Wait, end natin.